My name is Betzi Stein, and welcome to my solo show, Art World Friends and Strangers, here at Tag Gallery. My series of non-traditional portraits had its genesis several years ago from some personal experiences I had as an older, emerging artist into the contemporary art world. I do have a background in art. I have a BFA in figurative sculpture. But for several decades, earning a living had to be my main focus while my art remained in the background. I became a massage therapist, which, as it turned out, was the perfect and obvious profession for me as a figurative artist. I was able to refine my anatomy skills and intuitive sensitivity on the bodies of real people. Many years later, as I was able to devote more time to making art, I decided to try to paint, which I hadn't previously studied. So with an occasional class and the help of YouTube, I set about teaching myself how to paint. Around this time, I also started going to lots of art shows and art fairs, hoping to learn firsthand about that mostly unfamiliar world. In the process, I discovered several things. One, there were insiders and outsiders in this arena. And two, as a result of this discovery, I experienced a shift in the narrative of what I wanted to convey in my art. I found that what interested me the most, even more than the art I went to see, were the people in attendance. How they dressed, how they presented themselves, and how they interacted with each other as well as with the artwork. It turned out that rooms filled with art and people became the subjects of my visual commentary. Rather than taking pictures of the art, I took hundreds of candid shots of the people in and of that world from a humorous perspective and maybe with a bit of tongue-in-cheek. My 12-foot wide triptych is a distillation of the many hundreds of people who captured my attention as I wandered around the various art venues. Some are friends, and some are complete strangers, hence the title of this piece, Art World Friends and Strangers, and the theme of my show. The triptych also includes my versions of some of the art on the walls, as well as occasional reproductions of my own art, which was a convenient way of getting my work into an art fair. My self-portrait, Life-Size Me, which at 60 inches is actually life-size, was painted from a suggestion given to me by art critic Shana Mies-Dambrot, who said she'd like to see me paint a life-size self-portrait. So I did. Art Lover, which is one of my favorite pieces, came about when I attended the Soul of a Nation Black Power show at the Broad Museum several years ago. I was attracted to the awesome clothing this young teen was wearing. He was following his mom while keeping a safe distance away so that he could pay attention to what was on his phone while clearly not looking at the art. I followed him around on the sly and lucked out when he sat down right in front of a terrific Ed Clark painting. Interestingly, while I was painting this piece, I learned that Ed Clark had just passed away, and I felt that on some level, my painting was an homage to him. Each of the individual portraits in this show has a story of how and why it came into being, and the titles are an integral part of every piece. Here are a couple of examples. Assembly line selfie. Photo credit Ai Weiwei. Art ladies, 3 very accomplished artists of a certain age. Guy Simard. Wait a minute. Woman in front of my painting. Perhaps I should have called it Woman Walking Past My Painting. So there you have it. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope you enjoyed my show. By the way, I do take portrait commissions, and I would be delighted to paint one for you.